Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. Mike, Johnny, Sven, John, Shane, Patrick, Richard, Jason, Agent Dad, Michael, Colleen, Marson, welcome, guys. Thank you, everybody, for being here. David, good morning to you as well. Not a lot of opportunities for fishing here in the Shimmering Flats. Maybe we could head over this way. I'm not really sure if we can even fish there or not, but we can certainly go have a look. Hope you guys are doing well this Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. I did pick up all the quests here in the Shimmering Flats so we can fight whatever we want along the way. Agent Dad, I'm really sorry to hear that, man. Good vibes to you. Sorry, brother. Mandus, good evening to you. Mendy, welcome to the stream. Johnny, I'm glad you're digging the retail series. I am liking the Caster Druid, especially now that I don't have to look at Boomkin. Once I was able to go into star form, it basically solved all my problems. Am I going to actually be able to fish in the water here? It doesn't look very hospitable to fish life. It looks the same color as the dirt around it. Never really a good sign. Alright, well, let's put our fishing rod on and we'll give it a shot. I'm also kind of worried that we're going to get back attacked. It's not really like a relaxing spot for fishing, you know what I mean? Is that water? It's some kind of liquid. Yeah, like, it could be mercury for all I know. It doesn't look great. Lael, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. I didn't see the bobber move, so maybe there are no fish here. I'm fishing in turkey gravy. Oh, God. Well, there we go. We got a bite. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I will take it. Although, like, I do need to figure out what I'm going to cook next to get skill ups, because pretty soon the bristle whisker catfish is not going to cut it. Yuzi, hello. Good morning to you. What is that? We got a raw mithril head trout. I've never caught one of these before. I need to find more fish recipes for cooking. I'm happy you guys are digging the Druid on retail. I'm gonna like dust off the DK every once in a while. I'm gonna continue the DK as well because I'm kind of digging that combat. But I really like the vibe of the Caster Druid. It's also very telling from like YouTube comments how few people have a lot of experience on the Caster Druid. It seems like a lesser played spec. I like the idea of checking out one of the lesser played specs. And yeah, like when they're not doing the big experience bonus in retail, the leveling isn't bad. You know, you don't level too fast. I do have the 19% experience bonus from the anniversary event. But yeah, without the 50% Winds of Wisdom or whatever it is, you don't level like super fast. You level at a rate that's... It's basically, it's a good rate to learn a class, to learn a spec. Stuff doesn't die super fast. I hold to the fact that things die faster in Wrath of the Lich King than they do in retail. I'm pretty sure that I can kill stuff faster in Wrath than I can in retail. Karen, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Everything is going well so far. Johnny, you may reinstall retail. Well, don't make me... don't let me make you do something you might regret. I'm having a good time. You could just not reinstall retail. You could just watch the series. You can do both. We'll see. We'll see about that. Yeah, it's fun just to level up a character. As usual, like, I'm gonna get the character to max level. Like, after that, like, who knows? I think it would be cool to take the druid through the new stuff, because so much of the new content in 10.2 has to do with the Emerald Dream and with the Night Elves getting their home back. I don't know anything about the story, so, like, no spoilers. I know they're releasing the story every week, you know? By the time I get the character to max level, like, the whole story should be available for me to play. I'm hoping. I'm hoping that by the time I get her to max, I'll be able to play through the whole story of 10.2 from front to back. And get it all in one chunk, as opposed to having it, like, siphoned out to me over the course of, like, 30 minutes of gameplay a week for several weeks, which is not a very enjoyable way to experience a story in a video game, in my opinion. I'm also kind of hoping that for the Dragonflight portion of that playthrough that it goes really quick. I don't mind taking my time in like the older zones, but when it comes to like the Dragonflight zones, I've done them a couple of times. They're at this point they're like pretty boring to me. So I'm hoping like the world events or whatever's going on with the 10.2 patch will help me level that character from 60 to 70 really quickly. I also kind of wish they would just let you stay in your time walking campaign until you were max level. Like I wish we didn't have to go into Dragonflight. I really wish I could pick my time walking campaign and I could level my character all the way to 70. You know, even though it might be faster to do it from 60 to 70 in the Dragon Isles because of the world events and stuff, I wish we can just opt out. I would really rather stay in like the Mist of Pandaria content all the way to 70, and that way I can get as much out of it as I can. Johnny, playing Wrath made you realize you don't care about the endgame as much as you thought. Do you think you don't care? Do you think it's just that you don't care about the endgame in Wrath of the Lich King, or do you think like there isn't really a version of the game where you would care about endgame? Because sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't care about endgame either. Like most of the time I don't care about endgame. But then I wonder, like I wonder if a lot of times my problem caring about endgame in Wrath is that like it's all content I've done before. Like I go like really hot and cold. There will be a day that I'm really excited to raid, and then there will be a day where I'm like, you know, like I've done all this stuff before. I wonder if I would be more excited to raid and do endgame stuff if it were all like new to me. Probably. I mean, I guess the answer is probably yeah. If it's more new to you, it's probably more exciting as a concept. Whereas if you farm the crap out of it before, kind of loses some of its excitement sometimes. Should a Fury Warrior be two one-hander, two weapons, or a weapon and a shield? I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I mean, ideally, I think the spec is built for dual wielding. Either dual wielding two-handers or maybe dual wielding one-handers. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's Fury is built for dual wielding. Yeah, I think it would be easier for me to care about Endgame if it's like new stuff that I haven't seen. If I'm feeling like, because what I don't care about is I don't care about gear. Like, I love seeing content. I love progressing through content. And like clearing bosses I haven't killed yet, like getting further into the raid. I like progressing content. I don't really care about gear. So if I've seen the content, if I've already seen the content and I don't care about gear, then there's not like a big motivation for me to do endgame stuff. Like I said, sometimes I really, really want to. It's like a super exciting idea. Then other times I'm just like, I'm not gonna see anything new. I might get some gear I haven't gotten before, but I like when it comes to raiding and Wrath, I'm not gonna see anything new. Now raiding and Cataclysm, I didn't see a lot of those raids, so like some of that might be new to me. I did Fire Lens and then Dragon Soul. The other ones are gonna be new. Alright, that's enough fishing for now. I have iron somewhere. I need to... Oh, you son of a puppy. Let me get in there. Just one hit. Just one hit. Just one. Look, they're not releasing it. They're not releasing it, because if they release it, we'll be able to get in on it. Oh no, don't hit me. Oh, we got one. Okay. I feel like it's right to share. You know, I always try to share a little bit when I'm out in the world. I feel like it's right to share. So I'm not sniping his node, we're sharing. We're sharing with each other. John, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I agree with that, Johnny. When you're just leveling up to get to max level, when it's just the race to get there, it's not always an enjoyable journey. Like, I remember being in my guild back in the day and just we would just grind out levels, like, to get to max level. Every expansion, we basically... The only way we made it really interesting was we would try to see, like, who in the guild could get to max level first. Spoiler alert, it was never me. It was never me. I got pretty close sometimes. But yeah, like the journey itself is not like as enjoyable in that situation where you're just trying to get to max level. I'm hoping that the season of Discovery does not start to feel like that. I'm hoping that it doesn't feel like, oh, I want to get to 25 so I can raid and... Yeah. We'll see how it goes, but I'm hoping that's not what SOD feels like. Although it has the potential to feel like that. To feel like, oh, well, gotta get to max level really quickly, don't want to miss out. Want to be the first people to get there, and I don't really want that out of my classic experience, so we'll see. John, I'm doing well today. Thanks for asking. You think endgame rating is a recipe to burnout for you? Yeah. I think any like big endgame that compels you to get on and play X amount of time every day or X amount of time every week could lead to burnout. Back in the day I used to raid log. Like the best thing back in the day was just raid logging. Like I would log on an hour before raid, I would prepare for raid, maybe I would do some dailies, and then we would raid. And sometimes after raid we would do 5-mans or maybe some PvP to end the night. I didn't feel compelled back in the day that I had to get on every single day or do so many hours a week for progression. And I feel like that like kind of leads people into burnout. When not only are you like raiding, like, you know, maybe you raid 2 or 3 times a week, you're doing your mythics every day, you're farming whatever meta progression is like the current meta progression, like whether it's renown or whatever. Joseph, I'm glad you're digging the retail. A lot of people seem to be digging the retail stuff. That makes me really happy. I'm having fun with the retail stuff. It's really relaxing to level up a character. It's nice seeing areas and zones that I haven't really seen before. Like Pandaria is like mostly unknown to me. I leveled a little bit in Pandaria, leveled up one character, and then I took a long break from the game. And I basically skipped all of Pandaria and came back in Warlords of Draenor. So it's been really fun for me too. Greg, is time real or a mental construct? You're a mental construct. So yeah, we've got 10 days before Season of Discovery. It's pretty exciting. I think time is going to go by really, really fast. Before we know it, we'll be sitting here playing SOD. Yes, that's right, SOD. They always come up with the best acronyms. Now we're going to play SOD. Anybody overhearing this will never understand out of context. I mean, yeah, like, I will play all versions of the game. So, like, if you guys are looking at what I'm doing as a guide for what you should do in WoW, you're gonna need a lot of time. Because I will probably continue to play all versions of the game. They all, I'm finding that they all offer me, like, something different when it comes to, like, how to use my free time. And the retail stuff I just find super relaxing, you know. I also enjoy learning the classes. Like, the cool thing about retail is, like, basically all of the classes are new to me. Like, I don't know any of the classes until I play them, you know what I mean? Like, in Classic Era, I'm familiar with a bunch of the classes. In Wrath of the Lich King, kind of the same thing. Like, a bunch of the classes are kind of familiar. Even if I haven't played a lot of them, like a lot of hours, I'm still familiar. But I find that the specs in retail are, like, basically a complete unknown. I don't know what mechanics the classes use. I don't know any of their abilities. I don't know the rotation. I don't know anything. And that's really cool. I really enjoy being able to jump onto a character in retail and, like, slowly learning its spec. And then I feel like there's a lot of replayability too, because, like, you know, maybe one day I want to go back and I want to level a feral druid. Like, maybe I don't want to learn feral from a guide on my same character. Maybe I just level another druid one day and he's a cat. And I think that's pretty cool too. I feel like the leveling journey in retail is long enough for you to, like, really learn a class. Like, you might have to, like, figure out how to raid on it if you want to raid, or how to Mythic Plus if you want to. But when it comes to, like, the button pushes of the class, I feel like you spend enough time with it during your leveling journey that you can actually learn it. At least I felt that way on the Warlock, and I'm feeling that way again on the Druid. Let's head over to the bones. There's usually, like, a ton of vultures over here. There are usually a ton of vultures, unless somebody has just killed all of them. Like our buddy, level 34 human mage here is probably AoE pulling. Do you guys all know what you're playing in Season of Discovery? I'm probably not going to choose until I'm in the character select. I haven't put a lot of thought into it at all, and I'm not going to do any research, and I'm not going to decide. I don't think I'm going to choose until we're, like, making the character. The awesome thing is I know that I could probably play anything and I'd probably have a really fun time on it. That's the cool feeling, is like I don't think there are going to be like any like real big mistakes you can make. I feel like everybody's going to play Warlock too. Warlock seems really, really cool. I love the tank on a Warlock, but I do feel like a lot of people are going to be interested in it. I can't wait till somebody steals my name again. That's gonna be really fun. Am I gonna get in fast enough to lock my name? So what I learned is like to lock my name in, I have to quickly create the character, and I can't just create it and then delete it. I have to create the character, then I have to log it all the way in. If I make my character with my name, if I log it all the way in, and then I log it out, and then I delete it, then it should hold the name for my account. At least I'm hoping that's how it works. If that's not how it works, then I'm probably not going to get my name. It's going to make me momentarily sad. Speaking of WoW news, Shane, did I hear what they did for the WoW token? No. No, I have not been checking any news. I've kind of just been in like news blackout, waiting on SOD to drop. What did they do with the WoW token? They put it into classic era? Did they put it into hardcore? It's a quality of life feature. Now you can get a WoW token in hardcore. If you haven't paid for a sub since 2017, you have to pay for a sub before you can buy a token off the auction house again. I'm trying to think about situations where this would apply. Give me a minute. If you haven't bought a sub since 2017, you haven't been playing the game. Okay. And then you have to pay for the sub before you can buy a token. I mean, yes. That just makes sense to me. If you're not playing the game and your sub is not active, why would you buy a WoW token? I don't get it. What changed? Yeah, so were you able to buy WoW tokens without playing the game, without having an active sub? Like, and then what would you do with that token? I guess that's the part I'm missing. Apparently there was something people were doing that they didn't want them doing. And now they're making them pay for their sub before buying a WoW token. Yeah, I don't get it. Oh, okay, if your game time has been from gold, oh, they're making you pay for it USD, not just like you have to get a sub. It's not just that you have to get a sub and have a sub. You can't have been paying for it with gold. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so they want some cash money. Right. They want to get a little bit of actual USD out of you. I mean, yeah, if you've been paying for your WoW sub since 2017 with in-game gold, that's awesome. You have saved a ton of money. And I guess Blizzard is sick of it. I mean, I'm not surprised. Doesn't shock me. Listen, what shocks me is that they let people pay for their sub with in-game gold. That's the part that shocks me. The part that I am shocked with and that I forget is that you can pay for your sub with in-game gold, gold that you could conceivably earn in the game. Like, that's the surprising part. Not that after like 7 years they'd want people to like pay their sub, you know, with some money. That part makes sense to me. Oh god, this turtle was level 35. I probably don't want to be targeting level 35 turtles. I should probably also loot. Yeah, I mean, suffice to say, like, I'm way past the point of, like, being shocked or surprised by any business practices. It's not gonna, nothing's gonna shock me. I mean, for retail, they're charging you an additional $40 in order to play the game when it actually comes out. You know, you could buy the standard edition for $50, and you can play 3 days late, or you could pay $90 and you can play when the game so like when it comes to stuff like, am I shocked that they're doing it? Like, no, they're like obviously preying off of FOMO and, like, you know, making as much money as they can, so like nothing else is gonna shock me. I'm not gonna be like taken aback, and it's like it's how things are, you know, it's just how it is. They're not doing anything that another corporation has not done worse. That's the sad part. It's like they're not engaging in any business practices that haven't already been widely known and widely spread. I do have to warn you guys, I'm pretty sure that I'm getting sick. I think my son has got me sick again. Last night I had like a sore throat. I woke up in the middle of the night, had a sore throat. It's like two nights running that I've woken up and had kind of a sore throat going on. And then today I can kind of feel it, like I can feel something growing way back in the darkness. And well, I'm just hoping, well, 10 days, I'm hoping that it clears itself out by the time SOD comes out. But yeah, if I start to sound funny, or if I lose my voice entirely, it's because I have a child, and they go to school with other disgusting children. Mike, is today the day? Is today the day we hit 60? Yes. Today is the day. More accurately, today is a day. But I guess it could also be the day. Yeah. JK, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Am I out level for SFK at level 32? Did I out level SFK? Pretty sure that I did. I did. Oh man. I wasn't sure like if I wanted to do it or not, and I guess I just out leveled it. Yeah, I gotta tell this guy I'm too high of a level to do it. I thought, oh, I'll do this SFK run. That is a bummer. Yeah, I don't want to come in at a higher level because that's gonna nuke all the experience gains from the run. I don't want to do that to myself or to anybody else. I guess I'm looking at RFK then, right? If I wanted to do a dungeon in this level range, I would be looking at RFK. Alright, I will keep my eyes peeled for an RFK run. That would also be like more appropriate to the part of the world that I'm currently in. Ghostly Bones, good morning to you. Welcome to the stream. BFD, I think I'm also out-leveled. Yeah, we did a BFD run. But I'm pretty sure now... I'm right at the cusp. Yeah. But I think I'm past it, though. But technically, I'm right... Like, when I ding, like, when I hit 33, that's it. So... Yeah. RFK is next. RFK, and then in a few levels we'll be able to do library and armory. And there we go. What were we doing here? I think we were just going into Ferocity for 5 points. Eventually I do want to get Spirit Bond. I mean, I could grab Spirit Bond now, and then we could circle back for the 5 points, but I think I'd rather just put the 5 points in and then we can move on. Let's do it that way. There's probably some decent mining opportunities here. I really need iron. We're at 140. David, you haven't missed much of anything. Are they not taking WoW Gold for game time anymore? I think it just affects whether or not you can buy a WoW token. Yeah, I think they want you to be paying real money for your sub if you are also going to buy a WoW token. I'm not sure. I didn't really... I guess I still don't really understand it. They want people to pay real money for their sub. I guess... I don't know if I got out of that they're just not letting people pay gold for it anymore. But there's a... Since I don't WoW token, and since I don't pay gold for my sub, like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Muhammad, around here we think the dwarf female model is the best, so you're entitled to your opinion, obviously. You're just not entitled to have your opinion be correct, because the female dwarf is obviously the best character model in the game. So there's that. Alex, good afternoon, man. Welcome. Jory, how was my weekend? It was good. I had a good weekend. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the WoW token. Shane tried to explain it to me. Yeah, I think he did a good job. I just think maybe it's too early for me to even understand. Maybe I don't have like the background knowledge of the WoW token or of paying for my sub with gold that I would need to have to understand like what they changed or who it affected. The next one who talks shit about dwarves gets the hammer. Fair, that's fair. The article was vague. Yeah, it sounds vague. So like, yeah, I'm not sure who it affects. Okay. Intellect, spirit. We got stamina, spirit. I think I would take intellect. I actually would probably equip this. That being said, I also want to get back to town so we can vendor everything. Oh, you know what? Yeah, int and spirit. My goggles have stam. I mean, stam is good, but listen, I'm not getting hit a lot. I'm not getting hit a lot. I can use the intellect. I can't do that while in combat, obviously. Yeah, I think I would rather have the intellect with how little I'm actually being hit. Oh, Alex, I got the gear. And thank you, by the way. I got the pants and the bracers. And then I think I'm waiting on a belt. Yeah, we're waiting on the belt for 36. I appreciate it. Am I just not? Okay, they don't have quest items. They do have quest items, and I need to have a home for this quest item immediately. Okay, did I not loot any other quest items? Probably. Let's head back to town, which is this way. Full bags, yeah. And I emptied my bags really good before we set out. Like, I thought I was in a pretty good spot as far as inventory management goes. But no, apparently, like ever, my bags are full. I did buy a bunch of ammo, so at least we're not like out of ammo and have a full inventory. That would be really, really sad. Alex, I never said all recorded series are going to go on the other channel. I said the recorded channel could be a place for the immersive series. I out-corporate speak to you. I out-corporate speak to you, but thanks for the call-out, buddy. No, I'm keeping the retail stuff where people know me, and if I do Wrath immersive stuff, like if I do any recorded stuff in Wrath, that's going on the other channel. But you'll notice that hasn't been happening recently. No, it's fine. You're allowed to ask questions. You just have to accept the answers.
Be good.
Am I ready for the Michigan-Ohio State game? I don't watch college football. Yeah. I'm okay with watching, like, paid adults bash their brains out against each other's bodies, because, like, who doesn't like that? But when it comes to, like, kids who are in school, like, I can't bring myself to watch them bash their brains out against each other's bodies. I know it's like, yeah. I wish I could, because I hear the game is played a little differently in college. And I'd love to be able to see that, but I haven't been able to bring myself to watch the college kids play the football. So yeah. I don't have a dog in that fight. The bot doesn't know the difference, Alex. That makes sense. The bot being a bot and all. Joseph, how do I think the Lions looked yesterday? I think the Lions, I think that Goff needs to chill out. He needs to take a little bit more time when he has it. And there was no, I'm really happy that they won. It was really exciting the way that they turned the game around. That's really cool and everything. I just wish they'd play a little bit more carefully, and then they wouldn't have had to, like, work so hard at the end. Yeah, they had to work super hard at the end because of, like, stupid mistakes primarily made by Goff. Which I like Goff. He's even our fantasy team quarterback. And I just think he needs to, like, take a deep breath and maybe give things, like, a second look before he lets loose. Because he was, like, sometimes it felt like he would just go with the play. 1, 2, 3, release. And it didn't seem like he was looking at where the defenders were. So, yeah, it was a great game in the sense that they managed to win, but it was, like, unnecessarily scary. Yeah, like, well, I think they underestimated Fields and his ability to, like, come back from an injury and not only throw really well, but also be, like, a really good runner. And I think they underestimated the Chicago defense most of all. Yeah, I think there was a fair amount of underestimating going on, but it was like Goff was being really sloppy. It was mainly all the mistakes came down to him releasing the ball into an area that was so covered he should never have been thrown there to begin with. Like, and if he had just, like, those few interceptions, like, could have, like, the game would have been markedly different had he not thrown so many picks. But Chicago did play well. Like, I mean, obviously they played well. Surprisingly well. It sucks, like, it sucks because Fields is back out now. Is he injured again? He is injured again. Yeah, so that sucks. I hate when people get injured. It's obviously my least favorite part of the game. A lot of quarterbacks are out. Burrow's out. His hand's all messed up too. Flag football. One day they'll just be playing flag football, and then nobody will ever get injured. Or they'll be wearing Iron Man suits. I hope that they just develop mech suits, like Iron Man style suits that the football players can wear, and then they can just bash each other's brains out, but like they're inside the suit, you know. Obviously give the suits rockets as well, because yeah, rockets. Joseph, I think there's a lot of high-profile injuries this year. Yeah, because I think that a part of that's because a lot of quarterbacks are hurt for the entire year. Like, the number of quarterbacks who are out and probably out for the entire year is a lot. Like, you know, Rodgers is out potentially for the entire year. Burrow, you know, who knows what's going to happen now that his hand's messed up again. He might be out for the entire year. Yeah, I think that, like, there are just, like, high-profile people who are, like, injured. And there's a lot of them. And, like, a lot of them are quarterbacks who are just probably not coming back this season. Have them just play Madden. Yeah, instead of playing actual football, have the football players just actually play Madden, but in VR. Only allowed to control their own persona in the game. That's how we can end injuries now. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Rodgers will try to come back if the Jets go into the playoffs. That would really be like the only scenario where it would be worth it. And if the Jets don't go into the playoffs, if I were Rodgers, I would just retire. just go ahead and hang it up. We finally ran out of mana. It had to happen eventually, I guess. These guys are beefy, like they have a lot of HP, but they deal basically 0 damage to my pet. So even though they're a higher level and they're taking a little bit longer to kill, I feel like it's worth it. I did spend the talent point, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we did. I'm going to finish up Ferocity, and then I'm going to go into Spirit Bond. And yes, I should update the title of the stream. Thank you, Alex. That is a great idea. I mean, we're in the level 30, so obviously every level is kind of a big deal. So now I'm looking for Scorpid Venom, Hollow Vulture Bones, and the rest of our car parts. We don't need any of the Basilisk up here, although we need 10 Basilisks from somewhere. Just not any of the ones that we've seen yet. Spirit Bond's going to be helpful. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having it. I'm just like, I just want to finish off Ferocity first, because I'm weird like that. I probably could have went into it earlier. And been better off. Oh, here we go. They're up to the north here. I did notice that Coke Carnage started up a Dwarf Hunter. At least he's got decent taste. In typical WoW player fashion, he has, you know, he shelved a level 20 something to start up a fresh character. That's very much like a WoW player would do. So he's coming along quite well. When he has 4 level 30 something characters, that's when we'll know that he's a true WoW player, a true classic player. Monica, good afternoon, good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. Herculos, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Stevie, are you right in thinking that the pet holds aggro better if it's green rather than amber? If the enemy is green rather than orange? Yeah, that's probably the case. Mm-hmm. Blood Moon, good afternoon. Happy Monday. Yeah, but also keep in mind that if the enemy is green, the pet's going to be dealing more damage to it. The rank of taunt that you're using is going to be like a higher level against the enemy. Like overall, like if you're fighting something that's green, then yeah, your pet probably will hold more aggro on it just because like you, it's also going to be dealing more damage. I feel like the level of taunt you have is going to be higher in comparison to the monster. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Regardless of what I'm fighting, like, the pet does okay. Like, every once in a while, if it's a really long fight, then we can pull threat. And when it's a really long fight, that's usually when the enemy is yellow or when the enemy is orange. Right there, we managed to pull threat right away, so. Whereas if that dude was green, well, we probably wouldn't have pulled threat. Lisa, good afternoon, good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. So now we only need rocket car parts and hollow vulture bones. We are done with turtles, we're done with basilisk up here. For vultures, we really want to find an area with, like, bones on the ground. Or we could just randomly run right into the side of one. We could do that too. That's a good way to find them. Blood Moon, that's awesome. Congrats. That's really cool. David, at this rate, you should be in Northrend by June. Well, you know, Cataclysm will be out in August, so if you get to Northrend by June, you'll have about 2 months to get to max level, the last 10 levels. It's not bad pacing, realistically. Agent Dad, which universe do I like more, DC or Marvel? These days, not really either. Like, if I harken back to my youth, then I was a big Marvel fan. But when I was a Marvel fan, it was more for like the X-Men, Spider-Man, and like the 90s cartoons that got me into Marvel. Not like the MCU I don't really care about anymore. So yeah, I liked the MCU until like when they ended Thanos' arc, I was like, okay. And I checked out. I checked out of the MCU. I was good. So these days neither, but like historically Marvel. Yeah, the X-Men 90s cartoon was the best. Yeah, Disney's remaking that. They're doing X-Men 97. It probably won't be as good as the original 90s show, like, but we can hope. And then also the Spider-Man, the Spider-Man cartoon that was on around the same time was also like really amazing, like from a writing standpoint, like, yeah, really well done. Yeah, they are remaking it, yeah. I just hope that they do it well enough to like, I want to be able to watch it with my son. So I hope they do a passable job of it. Yeah, I mean, you have to hope that like Disney hired the right people who will do it right. Like they have to have actually hired like fans. Like if people are working on the show who didn't watch the original show, that's what would have me worried, you know. They would have had to dig up some good people who like actually were fans of and watched the original show, and then maybe it'll be good. I mean, and if all else fails, the action figures are freaking amazing. They are really cool, the action figures they released for the X-Men 97. Yep. I got all of the first run, so all 6 of the first run. My son has them now, but since he doesn't know who the characters are, like, he doesn't really play with them a lot. I'm hoping that once we watch the cartoon, that he'll maybe start to play with the action figures a bit more, because he'll know what the characters are like. Logot, you don't know why I love Dwarf so much? I mean, there's a lot of reasons, man. It's hard to boil it down into like a couple of things. What's not to like? Buffalo Bill, good morning, man. Welcome to the stream. Inventory's full. Let's pick up the last car parts and get on out of here.
You got my attention. Watch your back.
Good day to you. Alrighty then.
Pleased to meet you. You have a great day now. Be seeing you. Alrighty then.
Hi, how are you? Very well then.
Time is money, friend. Glad I could help.
What brings you here?
Alright guys, unfortunately I just heard from my wife that my son is at school sick and I am going to go pick him up. He has been sick the past few days, I've been getting sick, and he apparently has like a really bad earache now. So I'm going to have to go get him, take him to the doctor, and do all that fun stuff. Have to do the humaning. I'm going to try to get back on later. Maybe come back on for an evening or late afternoon stream, and we can make a little bit more progress today. Sorry for the short one today. I do appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with me, even if it was only for a little bit. Until next time, take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other, and we'll see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.